right, everyone. Welcome to Rhythm and Roads. This is the 2 year anniversary celebration, and we have a very special guest with us. We have Grammy Award winner. He's also percussionist for the European rock band Squeeze and the lead singer of the European house music, Dirty Vegas. So, welcome, Steve Smith. Appreciate you coming on Rhythm and
Hey.
Roads during the celebration.
Oh, thanks for having me, Joshua.
Oh yeah, brother. I've been such an honor to have you on here. I've been such a fan since 2002. So.
Oh, thank you very much. I know we've kind of spoken in the past and thanks for all your support.
Oh, yes, sir. And I've actually met you and the rest of the guys back in Las Vegas. I think it was in 2011.
Yeah, we
When you
did,
guys
yeah.
were at the Wynn Resort and the XS and you were doing a DJ set.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah, far
yeah.
back.
Somewhere distant in the memory.
It is very distant. But I do want to get to know your story. So, I mean, you have such an incredible journey of just starting just as a musician, a very acclaimed musician, but you started with Dirty Vegas. But you want to share a bit about yourself, just how you started in the music industry?
Oh, show my age. I mean, I've been doing this a long, long time. You know, like well, certainly where I kind of came through was just joining bands, local neighborhood bands, and then there wasn't really any kind of support system that was there that like there is in America, I felt.
Oh,
So
wow.
we were all just feeling our way and just kind of knowing good musicians around the area.
Okay.
So I was in and out of bands and stuff, and then I went to a club when I was about 16 and saw a DJ for the first time,
Oh,
and
cool.
was like, I love this,
Yeah.
the way that there's this gathering, the way that a crowd can be,
Mm,
can be lifted up musically and spiritually by a DJ. And like me and all my friends were just blown away with that. And, not that we put the guitars or the drums down, but we was just like, this is an interesting world. And there was bands around at the time that were bands like the Stone Roses and Happy Mondays that
oh, wow.
legendary DJ Paul Oakenfold was working with.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was like a light bulb moment for me.
Wow.
And then that's all I wanted to do was just, be somewhere in between that blend between electronic and live music. And I've pretty much been in that world ever since.
Really? So that's what did it, huh? That's amazing. What a story.
Yeah, yeah, just listening to the production on some of the music, and as I say, like Paul Oakenfold was at the
Yeah.
forefront of that. In fact, we've just done a track together, so
Oh,
it's like,
really? Is that right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
And
yeah, I mean that was kind of my way into it, and I had elder brothers and sisters like siblings and stuff, so they was always kind of playing bands and classic music in the house,
okay.
rock and pop and indie. And I never thought I was any good at anything at school. I just, I was playing percussion and didn't ever think it was going to go anywhere, and thankfully it did.
Oh yeah, I know it really did. Actually, I do remember. Thank you for sharing that too. That story. I do remember seeing you doing some percussion work at the XS at that club in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you
yeah,
were. It was the DJ set with the rest of the guys from Dirty Vegas,
yeah.
Paul and forgot the other gentleman's name, but
Ben.
Ben. Yes, Ben. And so when they were DJing, you had your percussion stuff on the side and you were really going at it. And it was cool to see you do that.
Well, I mean, that was the thing that struck me when I first started listening to DJs, going to clubs when I was, 16,
Yeah.
was I was listening to the music, and the thing is with house music, the obviously the beats are,
Yeah.
are the kind of heartbeat of the whole thing,
Right.
and there was always like either electronic or actual real percussion in every single track I listened to, and I'm like, wow, I do that,
Wow.
that's what I play.
Yeah.
So it became so kind of connected to play live percussion alongside a DJ to give
That's
kind of
amazing.
a live experience. And yeah, I mean, I was, showing my age again. I was like doing that in the 80s.
Wow. And that's the thing, you don't see that a lot on DJ sets, like side percussions or people playing along with the tracks. That's different.
No, I mean if you go to Ibiza, I just recently went over there and did exactly that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Played at Pasha in Ibiza with a good friend of mine, Boy George.
Oh,
You know Boy
really?
George.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So it was a really good DJ, and he's always
Oh,
been
wow.
very passionate about electronic music. So
Yeah.
he calls me up and he's like, Steve, you know, I'm doing a DJ set, but I want some percussion. So went and did that, and
Oh,
with a
that bet
great
that was fun.
saxophone player. Yeah, it was
Oh
amazing. It was
man,
absolutely amazing.
that's awesome. Well, thank you, Steve, for sharing that. I do want to get to know the story of Dirty Vegas, if you don't mind sharing what you can,
Sure.
and just
Yeah.
how that started, because that definitely was a journey that I feel like what started back in 2001, maybe.
Well, actually, before then, I mean, I knew Paul Harris
Oh,
from the days that I'm talking about. Like when I was
okay.
like 16, there was a
Oh,
club in
wow.
London called the Milk Bar, and he was young as well. He's exactly the same age, and he became a DJ there, and I was kind of playing percussion around the clubs,
Wow.
and I knew him, but you know, he wasn't going into the studio as such. So we was just playing in clubs together. Then
Okay.
I bumped into him on a gig in Switzerland, and he said, "I'm in the studio." He went, "I'm making, you know, making tracks now." He went, oh, "Will you come and play percussion?"
Yeah.
He said, "I'm working with this guy called Ben Harris, and they're not related or anything." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sure." So anyway, we do a session, and then at the end of the session, you know, the guys go to me, they're like, "You sing as well, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they go, "And you know, you got anything that we can kind of, you
Yeah.
know, can work on?" And that's basically Dirty Vegas was born at that point.
Is that right? Wow, that was incredible. And then so when you showed up and you did the tracks, right? Like you were singing, were they like, "Whoa, like that's what we want." Like you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
voice there that we want to use. Yeah.
they was up for like experimentation. You know, there wasn't really, you know, at the time what we was doing, we was trying to explore more traditional songwriting around electronic stuff.
Okay.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you know, thankfully, with some of the tracks that we did, it connected. And obviously, one of those was Days Go By, and yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, it was such a it felt so natural to collaborate with Ben and Paul,
Yeah.
and we just carried on. You know, with like, what are you doing tomorrow? Do you want to come back into the studio? Let's write some more. Let's record some more stuff. And then we got some interest from the labels, and we was off. It was just really organic.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I remember the labels. It was Capitol, right? Capitol Records.
Yeah, we were signed to you know the UK label was a label called Credence, which was
Oh, okay.
singles were released on Credence, which was part of Parlophone,
Okay.
and Parlophone's parent company was EMI. That in the American kind of counterpart to that was Capitol. So we ended up being signed to Capitol. So it was all part
Wow.
of it was the EMI worldwide kind of family.
Amazing. Yeah, and I really remember when that song came out, Days Go By on the radio hits. It was just off the charts. It was I remember that too. And I was like, whoa, who are these guys? Like the sound was just incredible. The music video was so cool, very unique. And of course with that break dancer in there.
Yeah, I mean the video's amazing.
It
I mean,
was.
it's hard for me, you know, I can't really comment on the song because, you know, it's just very hard to do. But the video is everything for
Oh
me.
yeah. I totally agree. And I love the fact that when I listen after I listened to the rest of the album of the original self-titled Dirty Vegas, there's tracks on there that are just really brilliant in the way they were created, like Candles. There's certain other ones that just flowed. You know what I mean? And especially
Thank you.
Ghost. I mean, Ghost was definitely you know me with Ghost.
Yeah, I like that song as well. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. It's just these are special songs that my brother and I just adore of you guys from back when. You know, and then after that,
thank you very much.
oh yeah. Then after that, it led into the second album, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's such a kind of cliche that people say, you know, you got your entire life to record your first album, and then you got 2 months to record your second album,
Oh my God.
and
Wow.
you know, it was a tough journey. It really was. I mean, we was caught so unaware by you know what happened around the first record.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? I listened to a couple of songs from the second album the other day, and there's a couple on there. I'm like, yeah, I really do like them.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
it was a tough album. You know, it really was. And you know, we gave it a hard time, um, the public as well. But there was a couple on there that I listened to the other day that I'm like, actually, I can listen to these again now.
Yeah. No, yeah, and actually the album's titled One. I forgot to mention.
Mm.
But yes, like the way I remember, Steve, that when I first played One, the album when it first came out, and I heard Roses, what a great way it started. Just the introduction.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
like, oh, here we go. This is like onto another adventure with you guys. So it definitely just started great with that. So,
yeah. I think, a friend asked me recently, and I was explaining that, the first album we was, even though it was only a few years before that, we was younger, we was going to all the clubs,
mm,
and there was just that whole kind of thing, and then literally by the time the second album came around, people were getting married, people were having children and stuff, and
really? Okay.
it was more of a laid back kind of thing, and yeah, I mean, there's a few moments in there, but
Yeah.
my favourite's the third album that we did. I felt like that
Electric
was that was
Love.
the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one I remember when it came out, I that's when I met you guys in person. And you guys were playing the tracks, Electric Love, you were playing Pressure. Pressure definitely was a really great one too.
yeah, I like that.
And then Little White Doves was definitely a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good song. Yeah, I mean, I love that album. I felt like there was a chance to take a kind of run up to that one, and yeah, really good memories of that album.
Right. And well, so from the albums, and then you came out with Photograph, right? In 2015.
Yeah,
But Ben
yeah.
wasn't part of this project.
No, so Ben was always like really happy in the studio,
Mm.
and touring's not for everybody. I mean, look, I still tour now. I mean, I was
Oh
playing a
yeah.
festival last night, and Ben kind of stepped back. He was
Mm.
kind of doing that anyway, where he just felt like he was more happy. He loved that routine of being in the studio, and by the time we kind of finished the Electric Love album and we toured, I remember coming off stage. We did an amazing festival in Mexico, and it was like Empire of the Sun and Washed Out and
Oh
bands like
wow.
that.
Okay.
And I thought it was one of the best gigs we've ever done. And Ben was just like, I love this, but I feel like I'm better at being in more of a studio environment. So, I mean, we
Mm.
still we speak all the time. He's coming to London soon, and
Oh really? Oh good.
yeah, yeah, we're all still friends and
Oh, that's
stuff. And
good.
and
Yeah.
he didn't want to do that. I mean, he makes music. I think he's planning on releasing more music again. Who knows? We might,
Oh, awesome. Okay.
we might collaborate. I mean, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, so me and Paul were like, well, I'm not finished, are you? And he's like, no. So
Mm.
here we still are.
And here you are. Yeah, and you actually have your latest single, We Can't Walk Away, featuring Nature. That was your latest track that came out back in April, right?
Yeah, that was something that me and Paul was kind of messing around with, and my good friend Anthony Safri, who works with Portugal the Man and Madame Gandhi, was like, we've been approached by Brian Eno's Earth Percent project,
Oh,
and
cool.
is there anything that's a collaboration? So
Mhm.
I thought the nature of that lyric, "We Can't Walk Away," was a
Wow.
good thing to do. So
Yeah.
kind of Anthony did his magic on it, and got to go to Brian Eno's studio and meet
Very
Brian
awesome,
Eno.
man. Wow. Brian Eno, the legend right there.
Yeah,
Bet that was amazing.
it was amazing actually. It was like, oh my God, this man,
Like here he is. Yeah, he's
yeah,
worked with so many great legends. What an incredible musician and producer. Yeah.
yeah, he really is.
My
And
start, my start with Brian Eno was with Roxy Music. When I first
yeah,
discovered,
mine too.
when I
Yeah,
listened to him, I was like, "Whoa, this is good stuff."
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's incredible kind of craftsman of just so many things. Everything he
Oh
does is
yeah,
just like just yeah,
it's
a real
amazing.
genius. It gets overused that word, but he deserves that word.
No, he does. Yeah, he does deserve that title. Well, Steve, I want to say now, thank you for sharing that story, the timeline of Dirty Vegas. I mean, it's been such an incredible, and I'm glad you guys are still doing it. You're still writing music. Is there any
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
is there other songs coming out in the future for maybe a new EP for Dirty
There
Vegas?
is, yeah. There's a new EP on the horizon.
Oh,
We've been
awesome.
working away at. Not next week, the week after. I'm back in the studio with Paul. We've
Oh,
both been
awesome. Okay.
doing kind of summer stuff with families and stuff. Um, and yeah, I love what's there. There's a couple of little surprises that are coming. But yeah, new music is yeah, it's
It's
in the
on the way.
works.
Nice. Good to know. And now for the last chapter, which is very cool, is that you are the percussionist for Squeeze. So when did that start for you?
Wow. Crazy story with that is when I was 15, I used to steal my sister's cassettes and
Oh,
vinyl from her bedroom and play them in my room. And she was
oh,
always coming into my bedroom and going, "Where's my so-and-so, where's my Elvis Costello album? Where's my
oh,
Clash?" And I always used to steal the Squeeze album. And and then,
wow.
she said, "Right, it's your birthday coming up, your 15th birthday. I'll get you tickets to go and see Squeeze." So my first ever concert was Squeeze,
Is that
and
right? Your first ever concert.
yeah,
Oh,
and I ended
wow.
up,
What a
all them years
trip.
later, yeah, and then I ended up being in the band, which was, but they're from the same part of London, so I kind of everywhere I used to go when I was young, playing all these places like, oh, Squeeze have played here, or
Oh, I see. Okay.
Glenn was just in here a minute ago, or whatever,
Yeah.
and so there was all them stories and stuff. And then, yeah, got to kind of know them when I was younger. And then, when the time was right, they're like, why don't you come and join us on for the encore? And so I jumped on stage with them in Massachusetts, and
Wow.
they asked me to join the band, and
Wow.
I'm like, this is crazy. The first band I ever went to see, I'm
Right.
now, yeah.
The very first band that you ever saw in concert, and then here you were the percussionist for them. Like, what a
Who
trip.
was the first band that you ever saw?
Oh man, I mean, geez, it's been so. I've been going since I was a kid, but I mean, my dad's a musician as well, just for local music. But
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I can't really say, Stephen. Like I remember my dad used to take me to concerts when I was a kid, and I would just be all like
All right.
awestruck on the sound, like, oh, this is so cool. But I got to say, one of my great memorable experiences from a concert was seeing U2 during their Joshua Tree 30th anniversary tour. Oh
All right.
my
Okay.
God. Oh my God. They played the very first song that they played on that tour when I was there was Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Hmm.
After that was New Year's Day. After that was Bad. Then after that, it went into Pride in the Name of Love. And then right after that, they started with Where Streets Have No Name with every single song on that album to the very last song on Joshua Tree. And I was just blown away.
Well,
I was like, wow, here's everyone that I've been wanting to see for over 15 years. And here they are in front of me. What a
I
trip.
actually went. That's how old I am. I actually went when Joshua Tree was released. I went to Wembley Stadium in the UK,
Oh, you
and
did. Oh, wow.
yeah, and I had the T-shirt. Me and two friends,
Oh,
we was
man.
obsessed with it, and we went to see you two. What did we get? 1987.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
87. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, so you saw them when the original tour came out back in 87.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
It
memory.
might be in 88, maybe. I wish I still had the T-shirt. Probably be worth a fortune now.
Oh, probably. Yeah. It's the original. Yeah. But I mean, but I want to go back to just, I mean, I've been following you for quite some time, of course, and I love what you post on Squeeze. I mean, just the journey it's been for you, and then I see the love and the passion that you post of yourself at times when you're like so happy being at traveling the world. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
amazing, you know?
It, I mean, it really is. I mean, I was a genuine fan,
Oh
and
yeah.
to then join the band and hopefully bring something to that. Uh, I mean, it's been, I mean, 8 years. It's been absolutely
Wow.
incredible.
8 years already?
Mm.
Time has flown. Wow, man.
Yes, 8 years. So it's been maybe nine. Um,
Jeez.
Yeah, I
Right.
think
Oh, it's
it's
been that
9.
long.
Yeah, well, COVID messed everybody up, didn't
Oh,
it?
that's
So,
true too.
you
Yeah.
know, everybody lost a couple of years there. But, the journey of the band, I mean, certainly, we just played a huge festival here last night,
Wow.
and it was amazing. I just feel completely blessed to be on stage every night.
Wow. And do you have another show tonight?
No, there's nothing tonight,
Oh,
thankfully.
okay.
We got a couple of weeks off.
Oh, good.
We
Okay.
we've been busy in the studio. There's been an album. There's lots of new music. I start teaching in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. What do you
So
teach?
professional songwriting.
Do you really? Okay.
Well, I mean, we'll see if they keep me on, but it's something that it's something that I want to do. I mean, I definitely hope that in the 32 years, I think that I've been a professional musician, hopefully there's something in here
Well,
that
right.
I,
Yeah.
or more importantly, there's something here that I can
Yes.
that I can pass on. So, yeah, I've been a mentor for a UK charity called Help Musicians for 3 years now, and I just feel like there was no one that I could go to when I was young, or even at certain points in the career. So what Help Musicians does is it kind of gives access to musicians that have been around for a long time, like me,
Mm.
in anything. I mean, it's just it's a wonderful opportunity, and technology's done that somebody can go, I need to ask a question, and you go, great, and someone can ask me
Yeah.
something, and if I can answer it, great, or I can say, hey, hang on a minute, I know so many people in the music industry, let me go and ask my
There you
friend
go.
if
Yeah.
it's something to do with production or whatever, something that I can't answer.
Right.
And I hope that that's enabling kind of future musicians with the best chances of sustaining a music career, because it's a really tough industry,
Oh,
and
I bet. Yeah.
it's even tougher now than when me and my friends began. But saying that, some people are, independently, they're just creating incredible careers on their own, and I really admire that. But where I just want to be available for
Of
if people,
course.
if people need some advice, or just need me to soundboard some ideas, and I really enjoy that process. So teaching's, I say teaching, that's the kind of wrong word. It's like, I just feel like I'm there, part of a team that's
Yeah.
educating.
There you go. Yeah, you're sharing them the insight behind the passion, the love behind the creativity.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
supporting what they're doing. I mean, with songwriting, it's because songwriting is so speculative. I mean, it's like, well, somebody thinks that's a good song, somebody doesn't.
That's true. Very true.
But what matters is the voice of the person, of the artist or the band, and
Right.
all I want to do is just like kind of all of the self doubt, the stuff that's plagued me for many years, is like, if I can just help someone, or a band, or whoever,
Right.
just kind of get over that, and be the best artist that they can.
Awesome. And I do. Thank you for sharing that. I do want to ask you real quick, what advice can you give those that are wanting to continue to start or just wanting to start being in the music industry, but then they deal with, overcoming the mindset of, insecurities, self-doubt, but then they do have something there, right? But they get criticism at times. Like, well, I don't know if when you started, if you went through that back when, but how did you overcome that?
Do you know, I don't think you ever overcome it. I just think it's always there.
Oh,
You
okay.
just you just learn ways to kind of let it in and go, okay, right. I don't, whatever it may be on that particular day, I don't think this song's good enough. I don't think I'm good enough musician. I don't think I'm a good enough performer. I just learnt ways of going, well, okay, so how do I get around that? The best way to do that is to get on stage, or to go back to the studio, or to, sit there with a pen and paper, and, try and write this song the best it can be. I just think you just, and it's a cliche, but you just have to believe in yourself. And, some people, are absolutely, they have the incredible amounts of self-belief, but some people don't, and I feel like sometimes that fuels the fire. Sometimes that self doubt, and that the the anxiety around, being a performer or being an artist, you know, if you can use that to kind of stoke the fire of being who you really want to be,
Yeah.
and just believe in yourself. I mean, it's because when we look at music, it's like, as I say, there's so many people or artists or bands that people are, I don't like that band, but I do, so just be
Very true.
yourself, because your audience will find you. If your music you're putting out,
Yeah.
it's coming from the heart, and it's everything that you're behind, then the audience will find you.
Awesome, man. Well said. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, that's very true. The audience will find you. And yeah, and it's very true. There are, listeners that will listen to certain bands, and then there's some that's like, oh, I don't care for them. There's some that will. But yeah,
Yeah.
those that will appreciate your music will love and stick by you from the beginning to end. So,
It does, and it's all about the connection. Whether you're
yeah.
reaching people, by social media, whether people are, seeing you in a dive bar, sitting in the corner on a Tuesday night, the connection has
Yeah,
to come through.
that's right. Yeah, well said. Well, before we end on this interview, I really want to, I just thank you again. It's such an honor to have you on Rhythm and Road, Steve. But I do
Oh,
want to
thanks
get
for
to know,
having me.
oh yeah, it's such a pleasure. I do want to get to know your side a bit on some artists that have influenced you as a musician. So like for me, an example, I love David Bowie. I love Roxy Music, of course, Brian Ferry, and then especially David Byrne from Talking Heads. Like I know he
Yeah.
has the new album coming out, new tour. And especially, I don't know if you saw my shirt here, but Simple Minds. I bought this album.
I was just listening to that album today.
Oh, were you? Okay. Such a great album. I love it. I
Yeah.
saw them back 3 months ago in Phoenix, Arizona. And they were doing a tour, so I went out there to check them out. But wow, what a show.
Uh, yeah, what about, again, I saw them that same year that I saw you too. So I think it was 88.
Oh,
Um,
man.
I
Wow.
mean, that album there, it was like, you know, I remember just listening to all the things she says, and
Oh,
sanctify
yeah.
yourself, and
Yeah.
Mel Gaynor as a drummer was just like, wow. I mean, I love Simple Minds, I still do.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mel is actually a great drummer. I love his style of drumming. Well, I saw the new drummer that I don't know her name, but she's part of the band now.
Oh, Charisse,
Yeah, Sharice.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely an
yeah,
incredible drummer as well. But Mel was definitely,
she is.
yeah, growing up seeing Mel on videos, and I was like, oh, because I'm a drummer as well. I don't know if you knew that, but that's,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I looked up to Larry Mullen Jr., I looked up to Mel, so playing, and I was just like, but getting back to you, so Simple Minds is one of them. What other musicians have influenced you?
I mean, it's so varied for me. It's Pink Floyd, The Who,
Oh,
James Brown,
wow.
Marvin Gaye, Little Feat, Squeeze.
Yeah. Oh,
Just, I mean,
man. The list goes on.
I mean, it really does. I mean, Depeche Mode.
Oh, yes, the Pitch Mode. Yeah.
There's so many things in there. Uh, yeah, I just love pretty much, almost every kind of music. There's something from,
From
you
every,
know,
from each one you can
yeah,
grab to learn from.
yeah. I mean, electronic's always been something for me, as I said, literally from, because I grew up in, a household of listening. Frank Sinatra was played downstairs,
Oh,
and
wow.
in my siblings' bedrooms there would be, as I said, Elvis Costello, Squeeze, Marvin Gaye, and then I went out to a club and went, hang on, this is all going in, and where's this going to come out? So,
That's cool,
um,
man.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, I'm very lucky to do music as it's my passion, and it's pretty much paid the bills for 30 years.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that what you're doing it has paid the bills, but also you're living the dream. You're living the impossible in doing what you love. And that's awesome. Not so many get to have that blessing to do that. So,
No, and a lot of people, musicians that I speak to, feel that same way, because it's definitely been tough since
mm.
the streaming era.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And it changed things. I mean, if you knew how it was before, then then there's an opinion of like, this is tougher than it's ever been. But I
Mhm.
guess if you're a young musician that's never known anything about getting a record advance and just building your own fan base and, nurturing your own career, then it's been, they didn't know that how it was before, and I did like the old way, I did. But I'm embracing the way that music is now. That
Yeah.
you know, and there's people that are being very, very successful independently, and huge applause to those.
Amazing. Yeah. And I gotta agree with you, Steve. I do miss going to the Tower Records and looking for that artist and picking up that CD, physical CD, and you just buy it and you're just like, oh, you own it. You look through the pamphlets.
Yeah, I mean, not so much with CD, but I think it's getting, it's definitely healthier every year, certainly as far as vinyl and cassette.
Or
So,
vinyl, that's right. Or cassette.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good to see that. I mean, when I go into record stores, I notice the age range, and it's not just a load of old guys like me. There's
Yeah.
the young people in there flicking through the vinyl, so that's good to see.
Awesome. Well, before we close, I just want to say this real quick. Man, back in December of 2002, I was in California, West Covina, around that area, and my family and I went to a mall, and I was visiting because I'm from El Paso, Texas. So when we went to this mall, I went to FYE, the music store, and around that time is when your album came out. And so I was Dirty Vegas, self-titled. And so I went into the store and I was looking just for that album because of Days Go By. And so I went and I looked in the section and I saw the label. It says Dirty Vegas. And I was like, oh, look, there's the album. And I still have it, right? I mean, after almost what, 20 years, I still have it. And I looked behind it and I saw the titles of the songs. And I was just like, oh wow, I can't wait to hear the rest of this. Because I saw already Days Go By. But when I saw the rest of these songs, I was like, this is gonna be a treat. And it definitely was. And here we are doing an interview. And it's been such an incredible journey. Your guys' music has influenced my brother and I tremendously. There's so much great memories from listening to this throughout my journey, since I was I think I was 15, 16 when I discovered the album.
Oh,
Now I'm
wow.
about to be 38, so it's been a very long time.
Oh my God, yeah, you imagine how old I am.
Uh, well, yeah, but yeah, it's been this is such a blessing to have you, Steve. It really has.
Oh, and thanks for supporting us.
Oh, yes. And guys, I just want to say, please check out Dirty Vegas and Squeeze. They're on Apple Music, Spotify, all the streaming. Definitely check out the subtitled album, Dirty Vegas, and the other albums as well. I'm really glad there's going to be new songs coming out in the future with Dirty Vegas and
Yep,
Squeeze. Yeah. But
yep,
define,
lots of new music.
yeah. And then define you on social media, Dirty Vegas Music.
Yeah, Dirty Vegas music,
Okay.
Stephen Smith music for, it kind of covers everything. So, yeah, any of those and you'll find me.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Steve Smith, for coming on
Thanks,
Rhythm and
Joshua. It's
Roads. It's
been
been
really
such a
great.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time. And guys,
Yeah,
thank you
thanks for
for
having me.
watching. Yeah, this is the 2 year anniversary of Rhythm and Roads, celebrating 100 interviews. So this is the celebration. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you again, Steve Smith.